Hello everyone, my name's Max. I have a very embarrassing story. Probably some of you have been spotted doing something like this, and that's because a teenager's room is a teenager's room. Authorized personnel only. And as for my mom, well, she definitely needs to learn how to knock. But before we move on to the story, please subscribe to the channel. Click the bell button not to miss new videos. Alright, here we go. My mom is kind of a mixture of a domestic tyrant and a bloodhound. She's very strict, especially in terms of rules and right and wrong things. She takes it all from the church, some old vestry books, and some books like Home Economics that look more like dinosaurs coming from some shaggy ears. But until recently, we've got on quite well with her. I mean, I didn't bring girls to our house. In fact, I didn't bring anyone at all. I always sleep in my bed at night, and I don't attend parties or escape from home. Yeah, I'm just a typical houseplant. So what? And that's not because Mom forbids me to do anything. I just don't like all these teenage things myself. I'm quite okay with my life. I study pretty well at school, and I practice drawing. Anyway, I'm also a classic mom's friend's son, so my classmates don't really like me. Yeah, I understand them. Who would like a guy who's always perfect in everything? Who would like being constantly poked by a perfect kid as a role model? That's right, folks, no one. But hey, at least they don't bully me. Hold on, wait a little, because I see you start hating me yourself, dear viewers. Let me tell you some more things about me. I had two friends that were girls. They are the daughters of our friend and neighbor, approved by my mom. In fact, they are the same victims as me, but we got along well with them, despite the fact they are girls and I'm a boy. But what's most valuable to me, none of my friends tried to fall in love with me. Thanks a lot. I am a quiet, trouble-free, and perfect kid. Mom is proud of me. Until, well, my mom had one strange habit that destroyed our perfect symbiosis. Mom just loved breaking into my room. Not that I was hiding anything, but, okay, hiding, yes. And I learned to do all my secret things when my mom had been asleep for a long time. But Mom wasn't stupid either. She quickly noticed the electricity bills got higher. Well, I needed the computer for my secret things anyway. And my mom decided to ambush me. And I didn't know that. As soon as my mom went to bed, I turned on my favorite video on my computer. You know what I mean. Then there was something that no teenager would like to remember. I was sitting in my dark room, relaxed, looking at a beautiful girl in her underwear. Then, thunder, lightning, sounds of the apocalypse. The door opens and my mom flies in. Silence, pause, shame, fear, and shame again. My huge eyes. My mom dropped her jaw. If it was another kid's mom, she would have silently left and never came back. Yeah, and knock before coming, but not mine. My mom started screaming. She called me a lot of bad names. I can't even repeat them. She said she would deprive me of my computer forever. Then my mom left, proudly slamming the door and promising we would have a serious conversation in the morning. Anyway, I didn't understand what was so special about the thing I was doing, because, well, if my mom forbade me to watch these videos, I guess she would never see her grandchildren. I need to understand how to do it, okay? Besides, she was so furious, she was even shaking. I even thought of calling an ambulance. I couldn't sleep. My mom's voice was in my head, and it kept on promising to talk to me in the morning. In my mom's world, a serious conversation and execution were the same things. But the execution did not take place. Well, almost. Instead of a torture, my mom chose a more terrible weapon. Church. Instead of a breakfast, she dragged me to church and gave me to the pastor. I felt like a sheep in the slaughterhouse. From somewhere above, a wooden Jesus was looking at me reproachfully. The morning sun was breaking through the stained glass windows. The pastor started saying something about sin and fall, and I tried not to laugh. Meanwhile, my mom looked like a pleased tyrant who's just devoured a couple of babies. She stood behind me, cutting off any possibility of escape. Again, she had another chance to never have grandchildren, because that was creepy too. And I felt so ashamed. Well, the whole pastor's speech got to the point that masturbation was a sin. Watching adult movies was a terrible sin. And anyway, it's better to keep your hands above the blanket. He even said that God would tear off my hands so that they would never tempt me. And then the nightmare started. Mom started following me, as if she had no important things to do. I mean, really. She took me by the hand to school. When I was at home, she forbade me to close the doors, even in the toilet. Every 5 minutes, I heard my mom's footsteps in the corridor. If she could stay awake, she would sit by my bed, checking if my hands were in place. It was unbearable. I really wanted to just be alone. Anyway, not just because I wanted to watch 18 and over videos, but just because all my mom's friends, all the neighbors, and damn it, soon the whole city found out what I was doing at night. Of course, everyone was laughing at me. I'd laugh too, to be honest, if it wasn't about me. As a result, I freaked out and I went to a school psychologist. I said my mom would cripple me soon. I was constantly feeling shame and awkwardness. The psychologist didn't laugh at me, even though he knew what was going on, thanks to my new nickname for that. And my mom, who was the reason this nickname appeared. He even seemed to get into my problem. He convinced me all boys of my age watch such videos, as if I didn't know it without him. Then he promised to work with my mom. Then my mom went to a psychologist. After that, we went together to a psychologist and a family therapist for $100 an hour. My mom said it would be cheaper for her to bury me with dignity instead of going to psychologists. Well, psychologists didn't help anyway. I was a normal guy, but my mom totally did not want to believe it. And then my nerves finally gave up. No, I didn't go nuts. I'm not some kind of psycho. I went to the custody service. I showed them a video where my mom was scolding me. I showed them all the certificates from the psychologist stating I was a sane person. I demanded to save me somehow. Yeah, so what? I'm 16. According to the law, I can even live alone if I take the emancipation. As for me, it's better to live alone instead of living in the constant persecution. Apparently, it finished off my mom. At first, she was terribly offended with me because the guardianship service quickly proved her actions were wrong. Then, a scandal happened. Everyone in the city found out I was not only a good handyman, but also a good lawyer, and my mom was far from a perfect parent. Then we talked together. Seems like we kind of came to an agreement. At least, I defended my rights to watch anything I wanted. We had a fight, a scandal, but still, although I don't advise anyone to go through something like this because that's embarrassing. Mom stopped coming into my room without knocking. In fact, she stopped coming into my room at all. She didn't even take my things to the laundry. I was completely satisfied with it. But I have another secret, and it's more shameful. The thing is, I've never watched adult movies. Yeah, that video with a girl in her underwear that my mom saw wasn't over 18 stuff at all. I'm not interested in such things. Seems like I'm not interested in girls, as well as guys. Everything is just much simpler and worse at the same time. The girl in her underwear was just showing how to properly do makeup. Yeah, it was an ordinary beauty blog with makeup techniques. Well, I loved drawing since I was a kid. I drew everything, animals, nature, but most of all, I liked drawing people. Girls or guys, young or old, beautiful or having some unusual appearance. I liked their strange aesthetics. At school, I discovered the world of makeup. I secretly stole cosmetics and clothes from my mom. I picked up different stylish images for myself, just like that. I didn't even take a picture in it. I just liked it. I spent all my money on cosmetics. Then I hid it with friends or in some hiding places around the house. Oh, I've learned to hide valuable things perfectly. Well, I often watched professional makeup bloggers, but I couldn't go to the real classes. Who would let me in there? If such a terrible scandal happened because of 18 and over videos, what would my mom think about me doing makeup? Anyway, yes, now I'm secretly learning to do makeup. Sometimes I do makeup for my friends just for fun. Everyone likes it, by the way. And I'm waiting for the time when I can get out of the house and immerse myself in my hobby without any fear that my mom would break into my room. The only thing I really regret is that mom would never understand me. For her, it's something strange and even terrible, but I don't understand why. I'm not doing anything wrong. Thanks for watching. Write your opinion of the story in the comments below. And don't forget to like this video. Share your stories in the comments below too. See you soon. Bye.